traveling in Japan's double-decker private cruise train RAKU Express. Maybe people with back issues or heart conditions or something like that. Oh, this is going to be a quiet, cozy train ride. I like that. We're not just going to be on the train for the entire time, we're going to go sightseeing. This was filmed on the 11th of January of this year, 2025. This is at Osaka Uehomachi Station in Osaka, Japan. Happy New Year, as of January 11th. In Japan, Oshigatsu, the New Year period, is one of the most important holidays of the year. It's customary to visit a Shinto shrine or temple in the first few days of the New Year, called Hatsumode. That's the name of the custom. Today, we're visiting Ise Jingu Shrine for Hatsumode by a chartered train from Osaka Uehomachi. The train's name is RAKU. During Oshigatsu, it's called the Hatsumode Express. Oh, and you should buy food and drinks beforehand. There's no onboard sales. So head to your nearest Family Mart and stock up on Famichiki in bulk. RAKU leaves promptly at 9:27 a.m. bound for Iseshi Station. Travelling just under 85 miles in 2 hours, 20 minutes. RAKU is a very unique train. It consists of four cars, all of which are double-deckered. It's unlike any train you'll probably ever see in Japan, or the world for that matter. You know, that's what I'm imagining. Both ends of the train have observation decks. Kind of like prayer requests at Western churches. Yeah, something like that. Train fare is approximately 12,000 yen, or about 84 US dollars. The seats are designed in a very unique Japanese style. Very reminiscent of yukata and other Japanese textiles. There's a narrow table. The seats do not recline. But there's a power outlet nearby. There's curtains, soft overhead lights, and we're off. Our cameraman, quite fortunate to be seated near the front, so we can enjoy a dynamic front view. Osaka is looking rather congested today with all these commuter trains. But it's over, Anakin. We've got the high ground. We shortly arrive at Tsuruhashi Station. It's one of the busiest stations in Osaka. Must be the equivalent of their Ikebukuro station. RAKU's getting a lot of attention from the train spotters and people on the platforms. It's a very rare train, even for people in the region. What they would probably call a special. Right, now we're leaving Osaka City. And there's the Hinatori train. I believe it's another specialty train of some kind. Right, heading downstairs. It's a very specific thing, but I really like that it somewhat looks like a house might inside, like the typical 19th century long-distance train. Yeah. Yeah, very much traditional Japanese house. Especially in this lounge area. Sort of space that you would expect to find in more traditional Japanese construction. Though, probably without the beanbags. Like a moving living room. If only there were a telly. Now, as this is on the lower floor, you get different views from the windows. Well, analogically, it doesn't look like those at all. If you go up on the other stairs, you return to the upper cabin. Now, Cameron bought a jasmine tea bottle, kelp onigiri, and kakino hazushi for breakfast. Got to find out what that is. Get a mini wet wipe. Kakino hazushi is from Nara Prefecture. It's a custom of preserving sushi at ambient temperature. Wrapping them in leaves. Persimmon leaves. I'd be curious to try that myself. Looks rather tasty. I imagine the persimmon leaves add a very unique flavour. This train's operated by the Kintetsu Railway, not Japan Railways. Kintetsu is the largest private railway company in Japan, known for running many unique express trains. It's the first time our cameraman's trying RAKU. It only runs about 10 times per year. Oh, that looks like a very cozy lounge there, and what a fantastic view. Amazing. Neom. Now let's go explore the rest of the train. Go through the connecting corridor. There's your loo. Rather spacious, clean. Equipped with a washlet, of course. Anything less would be total savagery. And I can even make fake flushing sounds to cover up your number 2 sounds. That's some next level Japanese hospitality there. All seats in RAKU are the same class, so you don't have like coach and first class or coach business and first. But it's very thoughtfully designed for every person. That also looks cozy. Let's see, we've got the other end of the train. Guard monitoring things from the rear. At each stop you can see train driver and station staff bow to each other. Long-standing custom in Japan. The train runs through Osaka and Nara, eventually making its way to Mie Prefecture. These are about the average speeds. Running through these countryside areas between Nara and Mie Prefecture, these are the sorts of speeds that we were travelling on when I was on the Azuma line for LNER, going from London up to Edinburgh. So fairly quick, not as fast as the Shinkansen. but quick enough that we could get from near the south of England up into northern parts of Scotland fairly quickly, about 4 hours roughly, maybe a little bit longer. Yeah, that's a pattern I've noticed. A lot of care for sound hygiene. Yes. Very conscious about loud noises. I think a lot of it stems from the construction of their dwelling spaces and public spaces, where there's not a whole lot of soundproofing in a lot of their older and even some modern construction. Though they are getting better about that sort of thing. Walls can be quite paper thin with a lot of older structures. That is peaceful. It does appear we're entering Mie Prefecture now. I can just feel my soul being restored by sights and sounds of nature. It goes until Ise-shi Station in Ise City. That is home to the Ise Jingu Shrine. People from all around Japan visit the Ise Jingu Shrine every year, also called Oise Mairi. Ise is said to be the origin of Japan because Amaterasu Omikami, the creator deity of Japan, is enshrined there. We'll soon be arriving at Ise-shi Station. It's a way to preserve the feel of life in older times. I suppose so. Actually visited the station before to stay in a traditional ryokan in another video. Oh. That would be something worth checking out. $11:47 a.m. and here we are. Train conductor say to everyone, have a good trip at the train doors. And we thank you, RAKU, for a comfortable ride. We'll be taking the RAKU again on a return trip. And now we move over to Ise Jingu Shrine by bus. Since Japan is in the mood of Hatsumode, thousands of people are visiting shrines in many places. And we have arrived at the Ise Jingu Shrine entrance. The large torii gate to the bridge welcomes us. It is said that the Ise Jingu Shrine dates back almost 2,000 years and still remains the most culturally important shrine in Japan. It just looks so nice. I can see why Makoto Shinkai relies so much on the small-town Japan aesthetic. Yeah. It really does look lovely here. Let's see, enshrining the sun deity, Amaterasu Omikami, the creator of Japan. This is the third time our cameraman has visited the shrine for this channel. Always giving a lot of thanks to Amaterasu Omikami for creating the beautiful country of Japan. And what we have here is footage of a very important ritual at the shrine. There's over 1,500 rituals taking place here. Oh my, that is a busy street. Almost reminds me of Kyoto. This street is called Ohaidai Machi. There it is, sorry about that. Traditional houses lined up for eats, souvenirs, other offerings. Thanks, Amaterasu. Great work there. Got a tomedon. There's a sushi bowl to stand up and eat. And katana karage. Karage of a sword. That does look tasty. Lots of delicious local eats here. It's 3 p.m. And here is the Ninja Kingdom. Located about 20 minutes away from Ise Jingu Shrine by bus. It is a ninja theme park. Buildings here all in traditional style of the Edo period. By the way, this is one of those places where there's more employees than guests. That's what they want you to think. It's like a ghost town. Yeah, that's probably what they want you to think. Somehow we're getting some Kung Fu Panda vibes here. Even though ninjutsu and Kung Fu are two entirely different things. But what you must see here is the replica of Azuchi Castle. Azuchi Castle was one of the primary castles in Japan's history. It was completely burnt down already, but here you can see a beautiful replica. That is lovely. It was a castle of Oda Nobunaga, one of the most famous warriors in Japan's history. Very splendid indeed. I love the colours. The mixture of the bright, warm, orangey reds, the gold, the blue, the white. All goes together rather well. Not a lot of people seemingly around here, but the buildings and the gardens are beautifully maintained. It is rather peaceful. And here is Uji-Yamada Station. For a return trip, the train leaves from Uji-Yamada instead of Iseishi. Oh, that's a lovely interior. The train departs at 5:23 p.m. and goes back to Osaka Uehomachi. I think that's kind of the religious colour scheme, if you will. Yeah, I could be onto something with that. Especially those whites and reds. And it appears the cameraman's kelp onigiri got a bit flattened in the bag. Oops. Right, let us read The One Piece. Monastic, rather. Right, rock, scissors, paper, chat. 1, 2, 3. Rock! See you next time. Oh yeah, I like that. That's getting a like. That is getting a like. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so you never miss an update. If you have any thoughts, questions, or ideas for future videos, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. You can also follow me on Twitter @LordRexworth for more updates and behind-the-scenes content. And if you want to support the channel, check out my Coffee or Throne pages. Links are in the description. Finally, be sure to visit LordRexworth.com and follow me across all platforms. That's LordRexworth.com. Until next time, I wish you all the best, and God bless.